Everybody say salwete to the quarantine kids.
Salwete.
All right, what's up, guys? We're gonna go over some of the pronouns and how to do the pronoun quizzes by doing the first 3 questions for each quiz. This will probably be a couple of videos. So I'm starting out from the planner. Click the folder that says pronouns. I'm going to go in it. And first, let's just look at the chart because you'll use this to solve pretty much everything. You guys should have a printed out copy of it. And if you don't, I believe it's on like the 4th or 5th shelf down over there by the door. If you need a copy of the chart, go see if you can find it. Let me know. And if you can't find it, then you'll just open it up right here. I'm going to download it. Open it. All right. So, here's the chart in general. Up in the top left corner, these are all the different ways to say he, she, or it in all of its different cases. Hick, hike, hoke. This top right corner is how you say this or these. Down here in the bottom left is how you say that or those. Ille, illa, illud, masculine, feminine, neuter. And then who or which is over here. Qui, qui, and quod, all the different cases. And then down here at the bottom, you've got the personal pronouns. Ego for I, nos for we, that's the plural version of ego. Tu for you, and wos for y'all. And then over here on the right, you have the reflexives, which means this is how you say himself or herself or itself when you're referring back to the subject. So, all the pronouns you need are on here. Just as a reminder of the different cases. Nominative case is the top row, and that is nouns and pronouns are in the nominative case when they are the subject of the sentence or doing the action. Nouns or pronouns that are in the genitive case show possession. So, for example, here, is, ea, id means he, she, or it. Eus, eus, eus. These all mean his, hers, or its, showing possession. Dative means an indirect object. Yes. It's been 2 weeks, so I'm so mad at you. I'm just kidding. I'm not. You're fine. Ae, ae, ae. This is the dative version. Dative means indirect object. That means to or for blank. So ae can mean to him, to her, or to it. Accusatives. That's when it's the direct object or receiving the action. Eum, eam, id. That's like him, her, it, receiving the action. And then lastly, we have our ablative, which is ao, aa, ao, meaning it comes after a sid-space preposition, or on its own it can mean with him, with her, with it. The same idea applies down here in these bottom 5 rows for each block, but instead of the subject being singular or the thing being singular, we're talking about a bunch of things. And then nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, and ablative still mean the same thing that I just described. And then you repeat that process for this and these, this, of this, to or for this. This is a direct object. From sid-space preposition plus this would be hoke, hock, hoke. And then these down here all mean some form of these. And then, yeah. So the same idea applies, and these are just all the different forms. So like I said, you'll use this chart in order to figure out a lot of the correct answers on here. The trick is being able to recognize what each case means and to recognize whether something should be masculine, feminine, or neuter, and whether or not it is singular or plural. So let's go back to our quizzes. All right, so I'm just going to open this pronoun thing up, and we're going to start at the beginning, which is hic and ille. So you're just basically going to be telling me the difference between this and that. So you're going to read this sentence. We have tell this man the truth. You're going to figure out what gender this is. This man, what gender do y'all think that is? Masculine. There's male. So you're going to put in your answers following these abbreviations up here. So masculine is mask, feminine is fem, and neuter is nt. So we're going to put mask there because we're saying this man. That's going to make it masculine. Is this man singular or plural? Singular, right? There's only one man. So we're going to follow the abbreviation. We're going to put SG. Now, case, this one will be difficult here. Tell this man the truth. Anybody want to tell me what they think? If that's nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, or ablative? It's dative. It doesn't have the word to, though, right? So how do you know it's dative? Yeah, because we're saying, like, we know that this man is not the thing actually being spoken. Whatever's being spoken is being spoken to this man. So datives don't always have the word to in front of them, but there's definitely the idea of the person receiving whatever the direct object is. So this is dative, tell this man the truth, or tell the truth to this man. All right, so we know it's masculine, singular, dative, and it's the word is this. So we're going to go back and look at our pronoun chart. We're going to go and look up here in the top right corner for the forms of this or these. We know it's masculine, so we're going to look in this row right here. We know it's singular, so we're going to look in the top half, and we know it's dative, and that's going to leave us with huic, H-U-I-C. So I'm going to go down here into the form and type huic and submit and bathe in my brilliance because we got it totally right. Okay, so that's how you answer these. We're going to do the next couple before moving on to another quiz. All right, so we have they are friends of those girls. So let's say of those girls. What's the gender, y'all? Of those girls. Feminine. Great. Singular or plural?
That's plural.
Plural. Those, right? So we're going to say PL. Case of those girls. Is that nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, or ablative? Genitive. Very good. Genitive tells us of. If you see the word of, it's definitely genitive. If it's possessive, it's genitive. All right. Now we want to say of those girls. So we're looking for the feminine, plural, genitive version of the word those. So we're going to go back and look at our chart. We're going to scroll down to the those column. So we know it's feminine, middle row, or middle column. We know it's plural, so the bottom half. And we know it's genitive, which is this one right here. So that leaves us with ilaro. And that means of those girls. Oops. All right. Okay. Take that thing away. All right, so let's start with that thing. Masculine, neuter, or wow. Masculine, feminine, neuter. That there is neutered. So we're going to say NT for neutered. Singular or plural? Singular. Take that thing away.
You get her away.
Accusative. Good. How can y'all tell that that's accusative? It's the thing being taken, right? So we're going to say ac for accusative. Okay. And then so that leaves us neuter, singular, accusative. That thing. We're going to look down in the that column. Sorry. We're going to look down in that column. Neuter, singular, accusative. Illud. Oops. All right. There we go. Got it totally right. So that's how you do the hic ille English one. Let's look at hic ille English 2. Is it even recording still? Okay, good. All right. That would be hilarious. I would find that very funny. Give the case, number, and form using ego 2 is needed for the following. Nope, should be hic ille. Okay, so this thing, what's the case going to be? Nominative, genitive, accusative. Well, first off, what are we looking at? What word in here? Or what two words?
This fine.
This thing. This thing.
This fine.
Is this thing nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, or ablative? Accusative, because it's the thing being finished, right? Singular, plural? Singular. So, and we don't have here whether it's masculine, feminine, or neuter. We don't have to figure that out, but we will in order to successfully translate it. Is it masculine, feminine, or neuter? This thing. Neuter. Okay? So the accusative singular neuter of that is what? Neuter, singular, accusative. It's going to be illud.
Wait, is it this thing or that thing?
This thing. Oh, whoops. And so I was looking at that. You're right. I'm looking at the wrong one. Thank you, Sadie. My bad. So I was thinking that these. It is hoc. Very good. H-O-C, right there. Very nice. Hoc. All right. I clicked submit. There we go. And that's correct. So this is very similar to the first one. It's just that now it's not underlined. And you don't have to give the gender, but you still have to know it in order to answer it. He wrote those things. What case is that? He wrote those things. Nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, or ablative. It's accusative again, right? Those things are the things being written. Singular or plural? Plural. Okay. And so we need to figure out the accusative, plural, and is it masculine, feminine, or neuter? That's right, neuter. So we need the accusative, plural, neuter of the word for those. Is those going to be some form of hic or some form of illa? Illa, right? So accusative, plural, neuter is going to be illa. All right. All right. Show that man your plans. What's the word, what's the phrase that we're looking for here that sticks out? Like, what are we answering questions about? That man, right? So is that man masculine, feminine, or neuter? Masculine. Show that man your plans. Nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, or ablative. It's not accusative, actually. Is the man the thing actually being shown? What's being shown? Plans are being shown, right? What's that? It's not ablative because there's no, like, from, within, or by in front of it. Dative. Because we're saying the man is the one being shown the plans, right? Show the plans to that man. All right, masculine. Oops. And for the, oops, I'm an idiot. All right, so dative. Singular or plural? It's only one man, right? So it's singular. And we are going to say that man is going to be the dative singular masculine of ille, Allah, alud. And it's going to be illy. I done goofed. So I found an incorrect answer key.
I tried to tell you.
Yeah, my bad. So that man is actually singular. It's going to say it's plural. That is incorrect. I need to make a note to fix that. Whoops.
Will that change the grade if you've already done it?
Actually, no, it won't allow me to change the answer once people have taken it. So that'll just stay that way. That's part of the reason why an 80 will give you a 100 to account for things like that. All right, so let's look at hic illet agreement. So whenever it's agreement, it typically means you're going to be given a word and you have to figure out the form that goes with it. So this one's a little confusing. We're given a bunch of different versions of one word in the middle, and on the left side, as it says up here, on the left side, you're going to have to give me the version of hic, hike, hoke for this or these. That'll match this word over here on the left, and on the right, you're going to need to give me the form of ille, Allah, or elud on the right to that would match this word in the middle. So kulinam. First off, kulina, kulinai. What is the gender of this word? How can we figure it out? The ending a tells us it's most likely feminine, but what's the only way to know for sure it's gender? The letter right here, right? You look at its dictionary entry, which we have up here. Kulina, kulinai tells us it's first declension. That F tells us that it is feminine. So all of these, we're going to be looking at the feminine forms of hike and illa. And over here on the left, we have kulinam. What case is that? Nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, or ablative? If it ends with am. It's accusative. Very good. And you can get that from looking at your noun chart. So it is accusative, singular or plural? There's only one, yeah, it's singular. So on the left, we're going to need the feminine accusative singular, which is illam. Or I'm sorry, on the left, we're going to need the feminine accusative singular of this, which will be honk. And on the right, we're going to need the accusative singular of ille, Allah, alud, the feminine version, which will be illam. So over here on the left, honk, And then over here, illam.